I devote myself to loftier scientific endeavors.
You must be careful, my son. A wise person once said, it's not nice to fool Mother Nature.
Wasn't that a TV commercial?
Wisdom can appear in many places.
Don't look now, young fella, but I think you're being followed. Hey, stupid, do you know where my pappy is headed?
Not only beam a grapefruit from one planet to the adjacent planet in the same system, which is easy, by the way, I could do it with a life form. So, I tested it on Admiral Archer's prize beagle.
Well, I know that dog. What happened to it?
I'll tell you when it reappears.
Ultimate Energy Combiner! Omega Prime!
Hey all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and welcome to the January 31st, 2024 edition of TNI News. It is the final news video of January, so the new year just kicked off and we're already through the first month, and we do have a lot of news to cover today. But just a quick reminder, as always, if you are new to this channel, please think about subscribing and hitting that bell notification. That way you're alerted every time I upload a new video so you can stay on top of all the latest action figure news as it happens. So let's jump into today's news, and let's start off with a little bit of news on the Marvel Legend front. So we finally have a pre-order date for that second wave of X-Men 97 figures that Hasbro announced back in December. So they will be going up for pre-order tomorrow, February 1st, starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. These figures will be available for pre-order at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. Amazon should be carrying these figures as well. And just to recap, this wave is going to include an updated Nightcrawler figure along with a new Jean Grey, Jim Lee Cyclops. We're getting Magneto in that purple outfit when he first became a good guy in the comic books, and I guess he'll be wearing this outfit in the new X-Men 97 cartoon. We're also getting a new Goblin Queen figure, not to be mistaken with the one that they had shown with the Ghost Rider Haslab back in 2022, the failed Haslab. And then finally, we're getting for the first time in Marvel Legends the character Executioner. So, as I say, this wave will be going up for pre-order tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and you should be able to get it pretty much everywhere that carries Marvel Legends. Now switching over to Star Wars and Lego, we've got some new sets that are celebrating 25 years of Lego Star Wars sets. So these are anniversary sets coming from Lego. These first two are available for pre-order now. You can get them at places like Amazon. So we've got a new R2-D2, which is going to have 1,050 pieces. It's going to cost you $99.99. It is also going to include an exclusive Darth Malak figure. Not sure why Malak is coming with R2-D2, but there you go. And then the second set that is currently available for pre-order is a Tantive 4 hallway set. So that one's going to have 502 pieces. It's going to cost you $54.99, and it is going to include 6 minifigures, including Darth Vader, 2 Stormtroopers, 2 Rebel soldiers, and Captain Antilles. So as I said, those 2 sets are available for pre-order now. And then we have 3 additional sets that will be going up for pre-order very soon. Those 3 sets are based on vehicles. There are no minifigures included with these. These are smaller desktop-sized vehicles. So we've got the Millennium Falcon, and that is the most expensive of the 3 sets. It's going to cost you $84.99. It includes 921 pieces. We also are getting the Tantive 4 ship itself. So the other playset was the hallway, and this is the ship. That's $79.99, and it's going to have 654 pieces. And then finally, we've got the Invisible Hand ship, which is $49.99, and that one has 557 pieces. So as I said, those 3 sets are not yet up for pre-order, but should be coming pretty soon. Let's keep it with Hasbro, and yesterday Hasbro announced their newest Transformer Haslab. I did a short video yesterday on this. And it is from Transformers Robots in Disguise. So if you watch my live stream last week, I actually speculated that this might be it. It's of Omega Prime. So it's actually two Transformers that combine into one, Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus. Now, again, this is based on the Robots in Disguise cartoon from the early 2000s. And they did a previous toy. This toy has actually been reissued. It was reissued back in 2018. You were able to get it at places like Big Bad Toy Store. It was actually from Takara, but and the cost of that one was about $280. But with this this Haslab, it is again live. It is going to cost you $249.99 if you want to add this to your collection. As I'm filming this, it is currently sitting at 5,233 backers out of the minimum 10,000 needed. So in just over 24 hours, it has already surpassed, past the halfway point. I think it will likely have little problem getting to 10,000. I think it'll slow down some, so I don't think it'll be at 10,000 by tomorrow. But within the next week or so, my guess is it will hit 10,000. So again, the cost of this Haslab is $249.99. Now, it is taller than the original toy that Hasbro did in the early 2000s. When Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime combine to form Omega Prime, that's going to stand about 13.75 inches tall. And they showed a comparison in yesterday's video showing the original toy with this new one, and you could definitely see it was a bit taller. You are also, besides Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime, again, Optimus Prime in the Rig cartoon transformed into a fire truck, and then Ultra Magnus, just like in G1, was a truck car carrier. And then also included in this set is Autobot Blue Bolts, which is about 5.75 inches. So that's the smallest one of the three figures that are in this set, and again, is part of the combination of Omega Prime. Now, besides just being taller than the original toy, Hasbro has said that it's going to have more sturdy construction, enhanced ankle articulation, things like that. So those are other improvements over the previous versions that this will have, again, according to Hasbro. Now, other things included are going to be blaster accessories. You're going to get 2 Matrix of Leaderships with this one. And then there are, of course, stretch goals with this campaign. Always stretch goals with the Haslabs. So the first stretch goal will be unlocked if the campaign reaches 13,000 backers before the campaign ends. And if that happens, then you will also get a Matrix blade accessory or a big giant sword like many Transformers have. And then stretch goal number 2 will be unlocked if the campaign reaches 16,000 backers. And that will include a global space bridge display stand. So if you want to stand for this guy, you'll have to get to 16,000 backers for that to be included. Now, again, the cost of this is $249.99, and the campaign is actually going to end on March 14th, 2024. So you've got just over 43 days left to back this if you're so inclined. I had the original toy that Hasbro did in the early 2000s. It was pretty cool, but I actually just sold mine about a year ago. So for me personally, I'm not that interested in this one. I wouldn't have sold my original if I had really wanted the toy, so I don't really see a need to get it again. But if you really were into Robots in Disguise or what have you, this is one that you might want to check out. And again, I think it will definitely at least make the 10,000. It'll probably get to the stretch goals as well, but I don't think there's much doubt that it will reach 10,000 backers before all is said and done. So if this is one you want to add to your collection, then head over to Hasbro Pulse, or at least do so within the next 44 days. Now, one other thing to note here, being that this Transformer campaign ends on March 14th, that probably gives us a pretty good idea of when the next Haslab campaign is going to launch, because usually, Hasbro does these pretty close to one another. So, and if they go by last year, then my guess is the next Haslab campaign to launch after Transformers will be GIJoe, which of course I'm pretty sure will be something GIJoe Classified related. So in other words, if you're collecting GIJoe Classified, you probably only got a month or so. I'm thinking end of March or early April before that campaign launches. So just something to keep in mind. All right, let's go from Hasbro Transformers to McFarlane Toys and DC. So I've got just a couple of updates on stories I talked about on Monday. So first of all, I wanted to share these new in-hand images of the DC Superpowers Brainiac Skull Ship. I told you about this on Monday and how it was starting to show up at Walmart stores, in particular a store in Arizona. But since then, I've seen additional reports. So it is showing up at multiple Walmarts, at least out west. I haven't seen reports of it on the East Coast yet, but likely we'll be hitting those stores soon. Now, the cost of this ship, as I mentioned before, is about $20. Now, these are in-hand images that you're now seeing out of the package thanks to Camp Crystal Lake Collector, and I'll put a link to his Instagram down in the video description below. And if you're wondering, yes, there will be a Brainiac figure released in the line, just like with the Brainiac ship where we saw listings for it back in November from overseas distributors. There was also a listing for a figure, which of course will be sold separately on its own card back. But Brainiac is coming along with a Blue Beetle ship and Blue Beetle as well. And then also, having gone up for pre-order yesterday on Target's website, were those two new DC Multiverse Target store exclusives. So this includes the Injustice Society, the rival character, which is a Flash type character, has the effects coming out of his eyes. I'm not sure those are removable. You've got multiple pairs of hands and then additional running type effects and a figure stand and art card like we always see. So that one is $22.99. And then also having gone up yesterday was that Cassandra Cain Batgirl figure. And she comes with a batarang and grapple gun and again an art card and figure stand, and she also costs $22.99. Now last time I checked, both figures were still available for pre-order on Target's website. And so if you want to add these to your collection, head over there now. For you Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans, NECA Toys has released this new preview image for their upcoming animated series Donatello's Lab diorama set. So this is the second sewer diorama set that they're doing. The first one has already been released, the living room, and now we're getting Donatello's Lab. So we had seen this back in 2022, I think it was San Diego Comic-Con. So we've got a look at this set before, but this should be going up for pre-order very soon. It will be offered as a NECA store exclusive. I'm assuming it will be similarly priced to the first one that they released last year. So, but no definitive word on price on this one yet. And I don't have an exact time on when this is going to be available for pre-order, but again, should probably be going up soon. Mezco has up for pre-order a new Chucky figure from Child's Play 2. It seems like Mezco or NECA is always doing some type of Chucky figure. So this is part of Mezco's designer series. This figure stands about 15 inches tall. It says phrases from the movie. It comes with a knife and knife hand, so you can have it stab people. You're also going to get 11 points of articulation with this figure. It is available for pre-order now at places like our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth, and the cost of this one is $97.99. Entertainment Earth has put up for pre-order a set of Champions 2024 WWE figures. So this is Wave 1 that's going to include a new Rock figure, a young version of Rock with his hair. We're also getting Brock Lesnar. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to get Lesnar figures, but he's in this wave. And then finally Roman Reigns. So again, our sponsor Entertainment Earth has these figures available for pre-order now. Big Bad Toy Store has put a number of new Super 7 reaction figure listings up for pre-order. No images for any of these, but we do have listings for our first wave of GIJoe O-ring based reaction figures. So it looks like the first wave is going to include CoverGirl with blonde hair, Cobra Commander, I'm assuming with battle helmet, a Cobra Bat, and Snake Eyes comic version. So again, that looks like will be the first wave of O-ring based GIJoe reaction figures. These are available for pre-order now at our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. The cost is $19.99 each. However, again, images for these figures have yet to be released. They also have some new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reaction figure pre-orders. It's the 4 turtles done in grayscale, so I'm assuming repaints, again, done in grayscale. So those are available for pre-order, again, at $19.99 each. And then 2 new Thundercat figures, Mirror Lion-O and Mumra Evil Mutant figures, again, $19.99 each. And then finally, for you Sesame Street fans, Big Bad Toy Store has a listing for what is reads as Wave 1 box of 12 random figures. So I'm not sure if that's some type of box set or blind bag figures or what. Now, again, no images here, but the figures listed are Bert and Ernie and Oscar the Grouch, all of which have had single releases on single card backs. And then a Cookie Monster figure, which they have not yet done as a single release, but this is listed as a clear version, so I'm guessing translucent. And then also, besides regular Oscar, it looks like we're going to be getting an orange variant of Oscar in this box set, or however this is actually going to be released. Again, it's not entirely clear, but I'm thinking maybe some type of box set, or possibly, again, blind bag figures. Now, if you buy the set of 12 random figures, the cost is $179.99, which right now that's all that's listed, so I'm assuming you have to buy the entire set. But basically, it sounds like a way to get some variant figures, the orange Oscar the Grouch and a clear Cookie Monster. My guess is a regular Cookie Monster will end up getting a single release, just like the Bert and Ernie and regular Oscar the Grouch. SH Figuarts has released images for their upcoming Flash movie Flash figure. So this features Flash with the gold boots and everything based on Ezra Miller. I'm not sure how popular Ezra is and how many people are going to want a figure of him. But nevertheless, we are getting a figure from Tamashii Nations from the recent movie. It's going to come with running effects, multiple head sculpts, including an unmasked head, and then a masked head with the eyes covered. So, and multiple pairs of hands as well. So this figure is supposed to be going up for pre-order tomorrow, February 1st. You should be able to get it at places like Big Bad Toy Store. And it's supposed to be released sometime in June later this year. Hiya Toys has released official images for a new 2009 Star Trek figure, a 4-inch Star Trek figure. This time we're getting Scotty with his red shirt. So again, this is about a 4-inch figure with 17 points of articulation. You're going to get things like his phaser, a belt, belt with holster, multiple pairs of hands, and a figure stand. This figure is going to cost you $24.99, and it is currently available for pre-order at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth, and the figure is said to be released later this year. For you Masters of the Universe fans, we've got to look at the packaging for that Moat monster figure that will be included in the Masters of the Universe Origins Eternia playset. So for those of you who decided to back that crowdsourcing campaign last year, of course, the Moat monster is included, and it will have its own packaging with unique artwork and everything, which overall looks pretty good. Also, just an update for that Masterverse King Keldor figure from the new Revolution series. That is now available for pre-order at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. It went up yesterday. It went up last week on Amazon, but quickly sold out. And at least as I'm filming this now, they have not yet restocked. But if you want to get your hands on the figure, again, it is available now from our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. And then finally for today, I've got a couple of bits of news from Boss Fight Studios. So first of all, their new wave of Popeye Classic figures, Wave 3, has finally gone up for pre-order. Originally, these were said to be going up for pre-order on January 24th, but I don't know what happened. But they have now gone up for pre-order, so you can get these at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. The cost of these figures is $34.99 each. So this wave is going to include 2 versions of Popeye, a first appearance Popeye, in 2 different deco schemes. Then we're also getting the character The Goon, Roughhouse the Chef, and finally a character named Tor, which I wasn't really familiar with, so I Googled him. Apparently, he's some type of time traveler, or not time traveler, but he's been alive for thousands of years. He has like increased strength and everything, and at one point he and Popeye fought, but then they ended up becoming best friends. So I don't really remember him from the cartoon, but he is a big giant brute type character for your Popeye to fight if you want. And again, this entire wave is now available for pre-order. And then finally, also from Boss Fight Studio, we have this new preview image for their 3rd wave of Saurozoic, or Saurozoic, I guess is how you say it, warriors. So these are 1/12 scale figures. They're dinosaur type characters. I don't have names for these guys yet. These figures have not yet gone up for pre-order. They should be going up soon. But again, it is our first look at Wave 3. If this is a line from Boss Fight Studio that you've been collecting, this is something that you might want to check out. And yes, these should be available at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth, Both places have carried the first 2 waves, and as I say, this 3rd wave should be going up for pre-order soon. Okay, so that's it for today. As I mentioned, we had a lot to go over today, so I appreciate you hanging through and listening to everything, or I assume you did if you're still listening to me talk. And, again, just a quick reminder, if you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video so you can stay on top of all the latest news. As I've mentioned before, I am reaching for a lofty goal of trying to break 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I just recently, this past weekend, broke 65,000 subscribers. So I know getting to 100,000 by the end of the year is a pretty huge jump, but I do feel confident with your guys' help and support I can actually achieve that goal. So help spread the word, pass the link around, what have you. Like the video, that helps with the algorithm. Of course, feel free to share your own thoughts on everything I talked about down in the comment section below. As always, guys, stay safe out there, and until next time, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to toynewseye.com, marvelousnews.com, JediInsider.com, and tformers.com. And remember, action figures are great,